There is a specific, quiet isolation millions of men live with right now, yet almost nobody talks about it. You can be completely surrounded by people and still feel entirely alone. Think of the sticky man. This is the individual who serves as the social glue. He remembers the birthdays, organizes the weekend trips, solves the logistical nightmares at work, and holds his family together. He connects everyone while remaining completely unseen himself. We rigorously prepare men for a lot of things. We train them for professional competition, financial planning, and physical endurance. But society omits a crucial warning about this specific emotional vacuum waiting for them in adulthood. On paper, everything looks correct. They have the career, the marriage, the steady friend group. Yet internally, there is a profound disconnect and a complete lack of vocabulary to explain why the isolation feels so heavy, despite having a full calendar. The external world sees a rock-solid, dependable fixture. The private reality is a person who feels like a ghost inside his own life. This isolation serves as the first symptom of a systemic design flaw we are about to uncover. This dual-axis graph measures the male loneliness gap. Notice how the man's societal utility output climbs steadily, while emotional reciprocity remains flat or declines. Men are conditioned early to view utility, financial support, logistics, crises, as their primary currency for connection. This creates the utility trap. The sticky man becomes incredibly efficient at solving other people's problems, that his peers stop viewing him as a human being with his own set of needs. The men themselves rarely notice the trap closing. They are taught since childhood to measure their entire self-worth by the sheer amount of weight they can carry. A brutal social feedback loop takes over. When a man handles pressure with silent stoicism, society rewards him by handing him even more responsibility, isolating him further under the growing pile of obligations. The gap exists because we have traded the man's internal humanity for his functional reliability. Look at these massive concrete pillars in the basement of a skyscraper. This describes the silent architecture of male loneliness. Society treats the male role as the load-bearing foundation of the entire social structure. This blueprint illustrates the logic. The brightly colored living spaces represent family and society. The heavy monochromatic base is the male support system, buried underground and unseen. Notice the downward arrows. Society funnels all structural stress into that unmaintained foundation. If that foundation suddenly shifts or expresses a need for relief, the floors above begin to shake. The people living in the house feel unsafe. So they actively discourage the foundation from ever showing signs of strain. The architecture is silent by design. The entire system only stays upright if the man's internal world remains completely hidden below the surface. Realizing this changes the dynamic. This loneliness results from being over-leveraged by others' expectations. Naming this architecture strips the isolation of its power. It transforms the experience from a personal failing into a visible external system. This identification enables a man to point to the specific weight he carries alone. By making the foundation visible, he can finally show where his utility ends and his human need for support begins, creating the space for others to contribute to his safety net. Vulnerability is the routine maintenance that prevents the foundation from collapsing under the pressure. Identifying the blueprint is the only way out. It is how a man stops acting merely as the glue holding everyone else together and finally allows himself to be seen.